Hello and welcome to Death Knights of Krynn, and this will be part 11. The last we left off, a bit over a year ago, we helped a farming village which was beset by evil because a meteorite had hit its tavern. So I'm now going to try and do the impossible, which is catching up a year later. I expect quite a few episodes of this game series to come up the next couple of days. I intend to get it finished. I have everything recorded. I have had everything recorded for quite a while, actually. And I have too many loose ends on my channel, and I'm doing my best to try and tie some of them up. And we are tying Death Knights of Krynn up. I know I'm just talking randomly right now, but we are getting the stuff identified that we have been gathering in a previous episode and then trading around. There's something when it comes to trading the stuff around that I wasn't aware of before much later, is the fact that you don't need to trade excess equipment to other characters. You can just trade it to yourself, not excess, but if you want to sort out the order of which your equipment is set up on your equipment list. And I have a bit of an issue with messy inventories, so I trade it off to other people and then trade it back. You can actually just trade it to yourself. I'm fairly sure I learned that in Curse of the Ace of Wands. But for now, some management which is going to be sped up. Just a reminder in regarding to how these episodes work. Boss encounters will be played through at normal speed. The set encounters will be played through at double video speed, and random encounters and things like inventory management and that kind of stuff will be played at 3 times normal video speed. And that is, the combat can be somewhat interesting and somewhat exciting, but certain parts will have an awful lot of it, and there's no reason that an episode ends up being 40 minutes where 20 minutes of the 40 minutes is combat, random encounters, and so on. So I have decided to do it that way, and I hope people can accept that. It's just combat is only so exciting after a certain amount of time has been spent on it. But we are almost done messing about with our inventories. We met some priests, by the way, who set up shop, and of course you can identify in any shop, thankfully, including temples. So we can catch up to this story momentarily. They bless you and move on. You're outside a gnome village named Quassel. Do you enter? Sure. A group of gnomes rush up to you as you enter the village. They all start speaking rapidly at once. You interrupt and ask them to speak more slowly. One comes forward. We are from the Bureau of Foreign Relations. You must see our museum. This is our residential district. Many of our most famous inventors live here. To the right is our medical guild. To the right is the military planning guild. They've been very busy lately. To the right is our education guild. They've been complaining a lot recently. I know pose you to an exhibit. Welcome to... Okay, I can't even do that. You interrupt him and ask him to speak slowly. He starts again. Welcome to the Hall of Invention. Over there, Over here is our ingenious apple picking machine. You see a very large wooden box in a cart. This machine is a tracker clicker. It lets anyone in the village with another tracker clicker know where you are. Bizarre inventions. What do you do? Continue or flee? Let's just go on for a bit. Isn't that candle trap ingenious? Good thing we haven't got any candles in the party. This wonderful automatic door knocker protects your hands and allows you to knock on your friend's door from 10 feet away. This is an automatic tea maker, one of my favorite inventions. Sounds useful at least. What do you do? Continue. Isn't this candle trap ingenious? You risk being bored to death. What do you do? Flee! He fails to escape. He continues. This wonderful automatic door knocker protects your hands and allows you to knock on your friend's doors from 10 feet away. What do you think? Do you like it? Uh, hmm, no? Well, that's one of our best. Well, how about this? This is our brilliant flip-flap flying device. It flew only once, but what a flight. You risk being bored to death. Wait, I haven't finished. Gnomes speak very quickly, by the way. There's bound to be some issues here. Let's figure out what those issues may be. A soldier gnome mistakes you for an enemy. He fires a strange device at you. He misses and runs away. Intriguing. Gnomes flee on dead beasts heading down the street. What do you do? We can flee or we can attack. And we will probably have to attack them. The undead beasts attack. We will be clearing a total of 4 of these encounters. You don't technically have to, but getting rid of these groups of undead beasts will make your life somewhat easier later on in this area. Depending on how you prefer to play it and quickly want to play it, you can just ignore them and deal with them later as a massive group. But depending on your characters and their equipment, this can be rather dangerous. So I prefer just to get rid of them. Done. So gnomes are arguing loudly and rapidly with each other. Gnomes flee on dead beasts heading down the street. What do you do? Attack, of course. So this will be the second out of 4 undead beast encounters that we have to take care of. They are not the greatest chance. They can hit somewhat hard and they have a decent amount of hit points, but yeah, not the greatest challenge. Decent XP though. You haven't finished your tour of the halls of innovation. Would you please come with me? I know. You managed to sneak away. A gnome named Mark Westons resides here. He shows you a window on the east wall out to the wilderness. I'm a spy on the lookout for the evil forces that plague our village. I invented this observation device. He peers out the window with his device and ignores you. Nice chap. Some gnomes are arguing loudly and rapidly with each other, which repeats, so I'm not going to repeat it. Gnomes flee on dead beasts heading down the street. We attack, of course. So, that will be the third batch. This voiceover, of course, is done after the fact, especially because the recording date is over a year ago. So I will try and be as accurate as possible. It may not always succeed, but I shall do my best. Third, on that beast encounter done. And here's the fourth. So let's get them out of the way. I like to set up a guard wall like that, because of course if your characters are guarding, they are waiting for an enemy to get in range, and once that enemy gets in range, they will attack. And you may as well start the combat getting 3 attacks off. Sure, now we can progress. If we can remember where we're supposed to be going. The doors are stuck. A great commotion ensues as gnomes shout and wrestle with the door. They finally open the door. Welcome to the Sage Gnome Guild. The Sage Gnomes are happy to see you, and they tell you the cause of the town's unrest. Welcome to our town, one of the Sage Gnomes says, as one of his companions busily sketches you. As you may or may not know, our mission in life is to record every activity in this village. Well, recently, I know who you would call Quox made a machine that would make us all obsolete. It made sketches of anything you pointed it at. We told him to make something different and to destroy this machine, but he's awfully stubborn. So we asked the engineering guild to make something to make his machine fail. Unfortunately, shortly afterwards, the village started speaking rocks, explosions, loud noises by flash. He stops realizing he was speaking too fast. He calms down and continues. Since then, we've been at war, and Quarks has barricaded himself in his workshop and even put some traps around to keep anyone from coming in. Interesting. So we should probably double check on that. Inventor. Another attack. I just thought we were done. Maybe we weren't. Oh well, the party is led by a paladin who will not let injustice stand. So we can always whack a few extra undead, so probably make him happy. Another group down. More undead beasts. Oh well, I suppose. We need to get into that gnomish inventor's house, but we need to go in the back way. So that's why I'm keep checking the area to see where we are in relation to the building we need to get into. So, yeah. Another group down. Welcome to the Grand Council of Bureaucracy. You see a stack of papers all over the room. Busy gnomes rush to take handfuls of paperwork from one stack to another. That sounds like office work for you. Not offending any office workers, of course. I mean, what they do is important. Another soldier gnome. Ah, well, at least they can't hit. More undeads. Let's get rid of them. Good old trusty fireball. Seems to be magic resistant. Rather unfortunate. You can actually, I can't remember how the calculations for magic resistance in this uh, version of Dungeons and Dragons is, but oh well, you can sometimes beat it and sometimes not. A philosopher gnome runs up to you and starts to speak. The little gnome bobs his head in excitement. I'm Quiz Mathematics. Did you know that if each gnome is given to according to his ability and taken from according to his need? Oh wait, is that if each gnome is taken from according to his ability? Oh wait, was that if each gnome... Interesting. Some gnomes are arguing loudly and rapidly with each other. Welcome to the Medical Guild. You see some gnomes tending to hurt soldiers. Many have been badly hurt. Do you help them? But of course we do. Cast a cure light wounds. Gaining some experience for doing that. And feel good about being nice. Lovely, lovely. So closing in on our target area. Is that oddly shaped building up to the north, by the way? Just for reference, even when it's cold. You are in a very cramped, very noisy room filled with various types of strange machinery. Machine throws out a net which entangles you. You have to use your weapons to cut yourself out as other machines flash and scream around you. Of course, we destroy the machine. Destroy the machine, pieces of metal, wood, and twisted wires fly across the room. A sound device makes a final blurb noise as it falls apart. So, should be getting there now. I'm just double checking for more machinery. Poisonous gas. Ah well, the door is locked. What do you do? We have a rogue. May as well try and pick it. The door opens. You fools, says the wizard. He continues. After Mutani's army was defeated, I fled the battlefield and stumbled across this village. His eyes glass over a second, then he spouts, Gnomes. He shakes his head in disgust. One of them had just invented something that actually worked, some sort of mechanical picture-making device. Suddenly, the whole town was up in arms, and some of the villagers were blockading the inventor in his workshop. A sinister grin appears on his face. Placing the inventor would solve all my problems. I could hide and become more powerful without anyone even knowing that I exist. He rolls his head back in laughter. I had no trouble sneaking in and killing the unfortunate gnome who had created the machine. Just to make sure, I set up some traps so the villagers would think he had become a hermit. I let my pets out to create more confusion. After you are gone, I can get back to my studies and become the most powerful wizard on Krynn. Now you will die like the gnome. He sets his beasts on you. You haven't got many left, mate, because I've been killing most of them, and this is why you want to engage them out in the open. If you just ignore them all, you can face them all in one go. Depending on the strength of your party, it may or may not be a good idea. Also depends on how early in the game you bump into this area. Remember, they are relatively magical resistant, so just hoping to fireball them to smithereens is not necessarily a reliable tactic. And they do have several attacks, and they can actually grind your characters down over time. So, by and large, you probably want to get rid of as many as you can. Wizard himself, of course, is just a minor issue. He's dead. If you hit them, they can't cast spells. There's no Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition concentration checks or anything. They take damage, they can't cast spells, so you can neutralize casters relatively easily. Done. Found some treasure. It's a set encounter, so he's probably got something decent. Not so sure about the darts, but the bases perhaps? No, we're not taking them. Okay. Congratulations, the party gains experience. Some items fall out of the dead mage's robe. They look like they may be magical. Those are the ones we want. Okay. And some of our characters can level up. This is always nice. Eyes of Charming and 2 potions. Eyes of Charming, by the way, is a gem you can use that has a chance to charm enemies. If you set your party on auto, they will have it try to charm undeads. Yeah. Philosopher Gnome runs up to you and starts blah blah. That's what he starts. How many are there? Too many. The doors is stuck. A great commotion ensues. Blah 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 blah. Dinner. Welcome to the Sage Gnome Guild. You see Sage Gnomes hard at work writing and sketching. Okay. You're not going to tell me what a hero I am? No? So often? Not that I care. Some gnomes are arguing. Yeah. I want to be told I'm a hero. Do you wish to leave Castle? You outside the Gnome Village named Castle. Do you enter? No. And on that note, I'm going to end this part here. So thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.